Bonjour, hola, I am Mrs. Hillier. I am Head of Modern Foreign Languages at Ponte de Lais. So at Ponte de Lais, your child has the option of doing either French or Spanish for GCSE, depending on which they chose to do for Year 9. So both of these languages have the same topics at GCSE, split into 3 main themes. We've actually started these in French and Spanish now to make sure that we get a head start and are able to cover everything with plenty of time for revision at the end of Year 11. In terms of assessment, it's all exam based, and the benefits of that is obviously our language skills, our grammar will be better at Year 11, so we can make sure that when we come to sit the exam, our language is at its best. All 4 skills, reading, listening, writing, are equally weighted, 25% each, and speaking as well. And the reading, listening and writing are done in exam conditions at the end of Year 11, and the speaking exam is usually done April to May in Year 11. This is never with an external examiner, it's always with just you and your teacher and nobody else listening, and that would be either myself or Mr. Cullerton depending on who took the language. We can do a mixture of foundation or higher tiers for each paper to make sure that you come out with the best overall grade and the best for you. In terms of how we learn then, really it's a continuation of Year 9, learning through different games and quizzes and making sure we understand our vocabulary and we're building it up. We do a lot of things like Kahoot and stuff, as well as making sure we practice all 4 skills equally. So why learn a foreign language at GCSE then? Well, despite our world being much more connected globally through the internet now, there's still the idea that everybody speaks English, but actually 94% of the world do not speak English as their first language, and 75% of the world still speak no English at all. So it's still very much needed, and in particular with business. So there are actually 1 in 5 of UK businesses losing business because they do not have enough language or foreign languages within their business. And in a lot of careers nowadays, languages are really highly sought. Many businesses would rather employ somebody who can already speak some of a language and then teach them about their business, rather than employ somebody who knows the business or the engineering, whatever it is, well, and then teach the language after, because it's a lot harder and longer to learn a language as you get older. So a GCSE is really highly looked for amongst employers. And we need to bear in mind that in England, everybody needs to learn a foreign language at GCSE, and therefore we're in competition with them. Because some universities, being aware that everybody in England must do a GCSE foreign language, they make it a requirement that they have a C or above to get onto any course in their university. 60% of UK employers are dissatisfied with our GCSE pupils' language skills. There are not enough people leaving school with languages for our businesses in the UK. And that's because 70% of our British trade is actually with non-English speaking countries. And we can see here that just by 1%, German is at the top and French just below the most sought after languages for UK businesses. And Spanish is the 3rd there, above the most spoken language in the world, Chinese. And on that note as well, employers are mainly happy with people's ICT skills leaving school, but it's foreign language skills down the bottom here we can compare. It's the thing they're the most unsatisfied with, because not enough people leave school with a language. So you might be thinking that you do not want a job in a language. Most people think, the only thing I can do is teaching or translation. But as you've seen, loads of businesses need languages. Or it might be that you know a particular degree you'd like to do in university, but you don't think you need language with it. But actually you could do the 2 together. I knew a lot of people in university who did, for example, maths with French, or biology with Spanish, or law with a language is a very common combination. And then that opens doors for you afterwards. You still have your degree in the main thing you want to do, but also you are able then to have the language skills along with it. Outside of business and work, studies have been shown that learning a language actually improves your memory. So if you learn a foreign language GCSE, that will help. It's like exercising your brain. That and learning an instrument both will help you revise for other subjects because it boosts your memory power. As well as that, your reading skills, your learning skills, how fast and well you learn, also are boosted by learning another language. So before we finish then, looking at French and Spanish individually, French is spoken not just in France, but in 56 states around the world and 14 others where it's observed as a main language. And there are many more million people who are constantly learning the language. Spanish then is the second most spoken language in the whole world after Chinese, not including second language learners. There are around 400 million native speakers. It's very commonly spoken in Central and South America and in a lot of states in the US, and how it is considered an equal and main language alongside English. And so you never know where it might take you. I, for example, in my gap year, went to Peru for 3 months to do volunteer work because I had done Spanish. I couldn't have done the things I did and met the people I had unless I had some Spanish language skills out of school. So there's excellent opportunities that languages can give you, even if it's not something you use much later in life. Just to finish then, although it can be seen as sometimes a challenging subject by some pupils, the results show, for example, this is from 2019, that actually pupils score very highly and do really well. So good luck with your choices, all the best, and if you have any questions, please get in touch.